My name is Margaret Adam. I'm a Programme Director for IDC's European Channels and Alliances programme. Over the past year or so, we've been working very closely with Sage to understand the implications and opportunities that cloud brings for their business partners. As part of this process, we've been talking to some of Sage's leading business partners to understand what they have done to build profitable and successful cloud businesses. So with me today is Laurie Partridge. He's Sales Director for the Onesys Group based in the UK. Welcome, Laurie.
Thank you.
So before we begin, if you could give us a little bit of background to the Onesys Group and your relationship with Sage.
Okay, well, the Onesys Group, there's about 36 of us. We're spread across 4 offices, and we've been a Sage business partner since 2004. And we've been working the cloud channel since about 2009. And our first product in that space was a product called Sage Core Time, which is for time and fees in the professional sector. So we started in 2009 with that. And since then, we've grown our cloud-based transactional relationship with Sage to encompass things like Sage 200, Sage Live. And Sage Live is particularly attractive to us because it operates in the professional services sector where we're very, very strong. So that productivity tab that they've got in there is great for those businesses where products aren't important. It really is about time and fees.
So I think that's quite interesting that you mention it's very specific sectors. Have you seen, as you brought cloud into your business, that there's certain sectors or certain customers that are more open to cloud than others?
Yeah, absolutely. As I've alluded to there, the professional services sector are very cloud savvy and they're very comfortable in that environment. So we found that quite a good niche for us to operate in. So the Sage Core Time piece works in that particular vertical. We've also got Sage CRM and sagecrm.com, which works in that space. We've talked about Sage Live, that'll work in that space. So those guys are very, very, very keen to get up and running in the cloud. A lot of these businesses are Apple heavy as well. They don't have Windows servers, so it really is a good product for them. Sectors that perhaps it doesn't work so well in, maybe some of the more traditional verticals. So manufacturing's been slightly slower in our experience to adopt the cloud, but that I'm sure will change over the coming months and years.
So one of the pieces of advice that we often give business partners is that in the cloud world, it becomes a lot more important to specialize, to create pockets of specialization, and to develop your own IP around that. Is that something that you've approached?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got that specialization in professional services, and we've also developed extensions to Sage products that help. So we've written mobile applications for Sage Core Time that extend its functionality, and those are our products. We've also produced a system called Orderline Box, which is for the corrugated box industry, and that sits on a Sage backend, and that's been sold through a cloud platform, and it's enabled us to penetrate markets that would otherwise have been very, very challenging to do on an on-premise basis. So we've sold that solution into Mexico, we've sold it into South Africa, we're in conversation with businesses in Australia and the US, and we've managed to deploy that through the cloud, and we train through the cloud as well and support through the cloud. Interesting.
So it's opening up new markets. The physical borders and boundaries are disappearing.
Yes, absolutely.
Many business partners we've spoken to as well have said they find the transition from a lumpy project-based revenue to a subscription revenue model quite challenging to bring into their business. You obviously started early on. Have you learned any lessons during that transitionary process that you could share with us?
Well, I suppose the main lesson is that the earlier you do it, the better. The longer you leave it, the harder it becomes. So we've been doing this since 2009, as I say, so it's not been a painful experience for us. But we have got about 20% of our customers now on subscription or cloud-based payment profiles. So we're not all the way there yet, and we don't know what that upper threshold will be. But we've managed to transition through that quite successfully. But yes, we were like any other business partner before that. It was a case of lumpy revenues, big projects coming in, big support renewals coming through. But now we're seeing a lot of a smoothing of our cash flow.
So building on that point, have you seen any significant impact in terms of your go-to-market?
Yeah, I think we have. We're delivering a lot of things online now. So traditionally we did the demonstrations online, but now we're doing the full fulfillment piece online as well. So we're doing the service delivery. So we're doing training, consultancy online. And that's going to be more the case with products like Sage Live coming through, where we'll be delivering maybe classroom training online, as well as one-to-one consultancy. So it seems to be the new world that the customers are quite comfortable with online training rather than insisting on somebody sat next to them.
Yes, and I guess that would impact in terms of how you market and sell the product too.
Yeah, absolutely. So people are making more informed decisions before they even speak to us. So the sales cycle is changing in that respect. So we need to be cuter in satisfying that. So a lot of the time it's just a question of making sure that they've made the right decision and demonstrating that to them, and making sure that our profile out there is enabling them to get that information, be it through our website or through social media.
Before we end, if you could talk a little bit about your relationship with Sage and how they have partnered with you through that transition.
Okay, well, the relationships with Sage has been excellent as far as we're concerned. They support us in a number of ways. On a financial level, they've helped us with our marketing. So the MDF, the marketing funds that they offer, enable us to get match funding to deliver things that would have taken longer if we had to finance that internally. So that's been one big benefit of working with Sage. The other thing is their excellent training and accreditation. They're always there to assist us, do ad hoc courses for us when we need it, and just enables our guys to get that confidence about delivering these solutions to, especially the Sage Live solution, which we're getting up to speed with now.
Excellent. Any last words of advice?
Well, I suppose in terms of words of advice is find a niche, find a specialty, find something that you're really good at and that you've got some good referenceability in. For us, it's that professional services piece, but find yours and really mine it and develop some IP that enables you to really maximise the revenue from it. And finally, listen to what your customers and prospective customers are telling you. Building sustainable recurring revenues has always been a cornerstone of our business, and moving to the cloud and subscription-based services is just a logical extension of that for us.
Thank you very much, Laurie. So customer choice, building specialization, creating your own IP, and most importantly, listening to your customers and offering them a choice. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much. Goodbye.